Some of you, however, are more analytical and want, some real reasons why this is the right thing to do. So I've come up with my top 10 list. Okay, so here's my top 10 reasons why storytelling, works in the workplace. Number one, it's simple. Anybody can do it. You don't need an MBA, an engineering degree, or a degree in English. Anybody can do it. Number two, it's timeless. It's unlike management by objectives or Six Sigma or management by walking around or all those kind of things. Storytelling has always worked and it always will. Number three, it's demographic proof. Storytelling works with little kids, it works with teenagers, works with adults, works with old people, works with the boss, works with the new hire, works with everybody. And I'll give you examples of all of those during the course of this. Okay, four, it's contagious. You tell a good story and it will travel on its own around the world and back. Okay, and you don't have to keep publishing your same memos and analysis and recommendations over and over. The stories will travel on their own. Okay, five, it's easy to remember. A number of academic studies have proven that if there's some information you need people to remember, you embed that information into a story and they will remember it far better than if you just give them the information. Something about the way the human brain is wired, that just happens. Okay, number six, stories inspire, slides don't. Stories inspire, slides don't. You need to inspire your audience, whether they're listening to you or reading your memo or whatever. You need to inspire them to change some behavior. Number seven, it appeals to all types of learners. You've all heard that there's, 30% of people learn audially by listening and 40% visually and some kinesthetically. Storytelling somehow works with all of them. The ones that learn by listening, of course, just listen to the story. The ones that learn more visually, when you tell them a story, it creates a visual image in their head of what you're talking about, which is very different than if you're talking data and numbers and analysis to them. They don't visualize the story in their head. So it appeals to all types of learners. Okay? Storytelling works where learning happens in the workplace. A recent study showed that 70% of all workplace learning happens in informal settings. So not like this. This is formal. You've all come here to learn something. Okay? 70% of learning in the workplace happens at the water cooler, over the cubicle wall, on break, at the bar after work, in a casual conversation in your cube with somebody. Informal settings are where learning happens, and that's where storytelling shines. Okay? Number nine, storytelling puts your listener in listening mode, okay, and learning mode, as opposed to when you're presenting data and facts and rational logic and analytical stuff, people go into critical mode, critical thinking mode, and they're analyzing what you're saying and trying to poke holes in it mentally while you're talking to them, right? When you tell people a story, their posture opens up, their mind opens up, and they just kind of sit back and listen, that's a good story. They just want to listen to you, and they soak it in. That's what you want your audience to do. You don't want them thinking of all the reasons why your idea is wrong already, right? Unless you do. If you're looking for feedback, then maybe that's a time to do that. And then 10, I believe storytelling shows respect for the audience. Okay? If there ever was a time that you could just tell somebody to go do something because you're the boss, those days are gone. Okay? Telling somebody a story, and you'll see how this works here, gives them enough information to make the right decision themselves. And then it's been their choice to do this thing instead of, well, the boss told me to go do this. Better if the boss convinced you that it was the right thing to go do. Storytelling helps you do that. So that's my list of top 10.